I guess when I think of home, you know, growing up in Connecticut, it's a small state. I think that's what's so cool about New England in general. There are a few small states, you know, with Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire. It's a lot of small states combined into one. And it's cool just because there are so many people in this area, so it makes racing really, really fun. Even on the local side of things, just because so many people show up to race, and I think there are a lot of really underrated riders coming out of New England on the woods and moto side. So, you know, anytime you go to a local race, there are going to be some heavy hitters that are going really fast.
Yeah, New England, try to describe that in short. It's different, it's gnarly up here. Like, local racing is just brutal, grueling races. And they're just because of the terrain, it's usually just rocky and gnarly. J-Day has made kind of an exception, and they kind of get groomed up and nice, but that is, even the racing is gnarly there, and it gets so rough, it's such a short track. So yeah, it's gnarly up here.
So yeah, like I said, how I got into riding was through my dad. Yeah, he was a part of the local dirt bike club, the Berkshire Trail Riders, and yeah, Josh's father was also a part of that. So, you know, they would ride together and, you know, work on trails and put races on. So yeah, you know, my dad would bring me along and his dad would bring him along, and, you know, we were just little kids on our little 50s just riding around in the fields. And yeah, so that's how we first met, through our local dirt bike club. And you know, growing up, we would see each other at the races and hang out, and yeah, you know, we were always racing against each other. When we were younger, I guess, since I'm a year older, I was kind of always like a class ahead of him. But yeah, once we got into big bikes more, you know, we were always racing against each other, and yeah, it was just cool. You know, we were just little kids just running around, getting in trouble, you know, doing all that fun stuff. So it's pretty cool to see, you know, where we were and how far we've come.
A lot has to do with trail jesters, obviously. Ross has always had a big interest in ISD, so we just raced the locals up until that point. And then he asked us if we wanted to try to go to the ISD, and that was just a big deal for us. So we went and did that in Slovakia. It was my first year going. And right after that, I did pretty well, and I was one of the top Club Americans. So Ross figured we could do pretty good in like national scene when we got home. And shortly after, I picked up like the new KTM 250, like the new generation that's out still we're on, and got into that and got home and started riding really well, and just had a big boost of confidence after ISD in 2015. So in 2016, I was working as a plumbing apprentice, because I went to a trade high school, and learned plumbing, heating, and cooling. So I was working as a plumbing apprentice with a great guy, so he was pretty flexible with my schedule, understood the racing, and I was trying to like pursue a dream that year. And that's, like I said, the first year I really attacked and trained and everything, and took it seriously, racing like that. So midway through 2016 season, which was snowshoe summer break, I got an offer to ride for another team. And at the time, like I said, I was working at home, and I kind of just told my boss that I had to pursue the opportunity and see where it took me, and he was really cool about it. So I was able to go down south the week before Unadilla, so right after summer break. So I worked as much as I could at summer break to raise some money to finish out the season, and then I came back to Unadilla right after summer break and won XC2, so my first win. I never had a podium or nothing, I just won. So I was able to make a decent amount of money, and after that I just never went back to work. I had enough money to go to the next race, obviously, and had a little bit of spending money, so I didn't have to work the next few weeks, and then went back down south to ride again, and then got another podium, made a little money, and then the last, I think, 4 rounds I got on the podium almost every time, I think. So after that, I signed a contract, and yeah, I never went back to work after that. And ever since, I've just been living the dream, racing dirt bikes, and yeah.
Yeah, so I guess growing up, I really, didn't think that I would be, a professional racer and doing this as a career. I guess in the back of my mind, I always, just because I like riding dirt bikes, I always, it would be super cool to be able to do that as a profession. But I guess just growing up, I just always heard that, it's just not possible, it's not going to happen, just because of the percentage of off-road, professionals who make it a career is really small. And so yeah, I guess since I constantly heard that, I didn't think about it much. I just, went to high school like an average kid, worked jobs, and yeah, would just race on the weekends pretty much just because it was fun. It's what I like to do. And yeah, had plans to go to college and everything and have a year of that out of the way. But yeah, I guess really the first time I thought that, man, I'm actually pretty good at this was probably when I went to the ISD the first time in Argentina. I did pretty well over there, rode on a club team, of course, but was able to get a gold medal and do pretty well. And, then I think I surprised a lot of people probably in the industry just because they had no idea who I was coming from New England, It's pretty crazy, I guess. No one from our area really on the off-road side has ever, gotten this far as, Josh or me. Yeah, I guess just this past year in 2018 has been like a huge step forward, now to, racing against a lot of the best in the United States and, battling for wins in the XC2 class, even getting up on the podium in the XC1 class for GNCC, It's pretty amazing. Hard to really wrap my head around it all, but yeah, I'm just really happy with my progress, and I hope to keep the ball rolling and keep building.
Perfect.
Good?
Perfect. We'll end with that. That's awesome.
All right.
This corner? No. Well, I'm taking the lift up to the top of the mountain. I'm gonna shred my board, the Whammo board. Top of the mountain there, so gotta get there first. Buckles are a little busted. Made it.
Perfect.
Behind the scenes.
You got
That's a gold run.
That's the life of the sand pit, though.
What do you think, Josh?
Oh, building a booter. They get tore up after a couple runs, but.
Yeah, you're camoed in though.
Hiding.
He's in the same situation as me, look, it fucking sucks. I was telling him about, you know, Hawkstone, where I just kept getting moved on.
I think you're hiding out. We're looking for you.
No, I'm in here getting shots.
Yeah, you just walk through, traveling around.
Just be, yeah, you can be walking out, cutting, getting it ready.
Oh yeah. Mohawk J-Day, freezing right now. Snow's coming down a little bit. I'm frozen.
The fast brother came out of retirement.
I don't know about that. We'll see after the first moto if he is
I'm already
actually out of retirement.
I'm getting arm pump holding these goggle bags.
We'll see.
A little sandy there.
Get a buff out though.